Now, that said, you know, this is, I guess the title of this was a three-step approach to starting over. And, you know, the reason I wanted to do this little video is because I find that there's certain periods, usually after about 30 to 60 days of, you know, eating continuously, training really hard, using pre-workouts, using stimulants. If you're somebody who uses like energy drinks or things like that, there's times where your body just kind of needs a break. It needs a rest. You just feel tired, sluggish. I tend to get mental fog. You know, I just start to feel really, really phased out when I'm on the computer, and I just don't feel sharp. I'm not quick. And I notice these things tend to happen after, you know, 4 to 6 weeks of just continuously either, you know, burning the pavement, burning the candle at both ends, working every day from like 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., you know, working out continuously, you know, taking certain medications. I think I take like 1 or 2 medications, one for sleep and one for, you know, to keep me sane. But you know, everybody has certain things in their life, certain factors that they do daily that contributes to toxicity buildup, and it just makes you feel not quite as well and as healthy as you'd like to feel. Some people smoke, and if they don't smoke, they're usually around people who may smoke. Now, those of us in the fitness and health and wellness fields tend to not stay around people who smoke, but it could be you. Most, if not a good amount of people, drink alcohol and other, you know, recreational drinks, and that builds up and causes toxicity. And a lot of other people just take medications and other things that can eventually, you know, build up as well. The other thing, and probably the biggest one of them all, is just the food we eat. You know, there's so many pesticides and things on the foods that we tend to put in our bodies, and if we're really not careful, which it's really hard to be, because if you're eating at a restaurant, you really don't know if everything's organic or clean, etc. You have to be really careful, and you know, chances are you are putting something in your body that could be potentially toxic. So what I found is there's a 3-step solution to help get me back to where I need to be, help me get clear again, help me feel better, increase my energy, and just, you know, completely cleanse my body. And that's what I wanted to talk to you today about. You know, the first thing that I use that we really, this has really been a cornerstone item here at Pure Line Nutrition that we've recommended pretty much for anybody. If they come in our store, the first thing we ask them is, when was the last time you detoxed and cleansed your body? And most of the people will just be like, well, I've never detoxed and cleansed. Is it something I should be doing? And my answer to that is absolutely. Before you lose weight, before you go on a program of building muscle, before you attempt to do anything else, the first thing we need to do is detoxify and cleanse the body so that the body is receptive to what comes next. A lot of times when guys get on, you know, or even females get on fat burners and things like this, they say, hey man, it just doesn't work. I'm not losing weight. I don't know what's going on. And the issue with that is that their body is not receptive to it. You know, they build up a resistance, they have a lot of toxicity in their body, and because of that, the body's not responding like it should. It's not losing fat like it should. It's not doing the things that it could be doing. And that's where Pure Cleanse comes in. Essentially what this is an 8-day flush. You know, I take 2 capfuls, just pour it in, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and I do that for 8 days. If you do that for exactly 8 days, you're gonna go through this entire bottle. That's 32 ounces. So you finish that, and that's gonna detoxify the kidney, the liver, the organs, the bloodstream, the gastrointestinal tract, which, by the way, this is actually comprised of aloe vera, nopal, it's a little cactus on the top of, a little brown thing on the top of cactuses, and flaxseed. So it's got a great combination of completely natural ingredients that will help detoxify, cleanse, and help improve the body's wellness. I had a friend who was he had issues with his gastrointestinal tract. He'll know who he is when he hears this, but for so long, you know, no matter what, he would go to doctors about, you know, hey, I can't eat without throwing up, I've got GERD, I've got really bad indigestion, and just nothing seemed to work for him. And after going through this for like 4 to 5 months where he just didn't know what to do, I remember putting him on Pure Cleanse for about a good 2 weeks. And I had him taking like 4 of these capfuls daily. And within 2 or 3 weeks, his condition was completely gone. He felt better. He had no issues with GERD. He had no issues with his gastrointestinal tract. He was digesting food and assimilating food at a much higher rate. He just didn't throw up anymore. So we knew it worked. So that's kind of a little rabbit trail I went on, but just wanted you to know that this is a very good product for all of those things. Health, wellness, overall gastrointestinal health. So if you're suffering from any of those things, definitely move into the Pure Cleanse and then follow that up. And this is my step 2 with Pure Cleanse capsules. essentially what these are is kind of my backup system. So what I've done is I completely cleansed and flushed the body, and then I'm going to take the capsules for 30 days, okay? I'm going to take actually 2 capsules a day for 30 days, and that's going to act as a backup detoxification and cleansing protocol to ensure that the body stays healthy and cleansed and well, and that, you know, after 30 days you're right where you need to be, your energy levels are skyrocketing, you feel good, you're digesting food correctly, your body's working right, you're having bowel movements when you need to, and all those things, which a lot of people do have issues with. Now, one of the things that I find, you know, really important, especially for guys who are in the muscle building world and working out and take a lot of supplements, they tend to not think about the inside of their body and healing the inside of their body. And this is exactly what this is also designed to do, help improve the overall wellness of your vital organs. So if you haven't done anything for your kidney and your liver, this is great. And you should do this at least every 2 months, which comes out to about 6 times a year. That tends to be really good. And the third part, and this is kind of the newest addition that I've started to add into my arsenal, and that I know a lot of people are using as well, because we realize the importance of it, as well as the existence of adrenal fatigue, is Adrenal RX. And what this does is it basically addresses the adrenal glands, which are right on top of the kidney and essentially related or actually responsible for a host of endocrine related functions in the body, hormonal functions. Extremely important, the adrenal glands, and we don't tend to do much for them. In fact, we just tax them tremendously hard with caffeine and different energy drinks and stimulants, and if you take pre-workouts and all that other stuff, puts a ton of stress, not to mention cortisol and other things that come with just the stress of daily life. You're burning out, you know, if you're working hard and you're, you know, burning the midnight oil, you know, and you're just pushing yourself to the limits, a lot of times your adrenal glands will get completely taxed because they're just producing adrenaline, getting you to a point where you can perform. So an adrenal health product is absolutely critical and essential for overall wellness, and that's where Adrenal XS comes in. Now this can be used continuously, especially if you are somebody who consumes a lot of caffeine, but also it can be used as part of the cleansing protocol. So you could do this, let's say, for 4 weeks, and then take a little bit of time off and then do it again. But I essentially recommend this, you know, as much as possible, especially if you are a person who does tend to use pre-workouts, energy drinks, etc., and are on a lot of stress. In fact, during those times that you do have more stress, it'd actually be best to kind of amplify your use of this or use more of it and get the results you need from adrenal wellness. And that's kind of my 3-step protocol for starting over. So if you're starting to work out again, if you are starting from scratch, this should be your first step. If you have been you know, feeling exhausted, tired, and you just don't tend to have that clarity, this would be a great step. Or if you just, you know, gotten to a point where nothing is working, no matter what you're doing, your supplements, your nutrition, your training, you just hit a roadblock, you've hit a plateau, and you can't see results anymore, this would be the next step. So you can check these out on our website, www.thepureline.com. You can go under health and wellness, and you can actually find the Pure Cleanse system as well as the Adrenal XS. We have those right there on that. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, we'll put a link to it in the description so you can check that out. For those of you on live, I'm glad you tuned in today. Hopefully we will see you again soon. If you live in Texas near one of our stores, please drop by. Let one of our experts help you out. If you're out there on YouTube, give us a call at 1-800-632-1402 or visit us online at thepureline.com. If you're watching this on social media later, guys, Facebook or Instagram or IGTV, make sure and share this with your friends. We appreciate everybody who tuned in. And if you have any questions, email us, info@thepureline.com. Guys, I'm Aaron Garza, founder of Pure Line Nutrition. We will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, okay?